What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the fact that I gaslit myself on thinking these Monarch cards had reprints somewhere. I thought Ether and Erebus were gold letter rares, which would actually work really nicely with this specific card and how it looks. And then I thought Pantheism was an OTS common, but no, this is the only printing for this card too. So I truly did miss these. Often in the comment section I'll see, oh, you missed this card, and I covered it 3 to 5 days ago and it's just had its double down buyout. Or, oh, you missed covering this one today, and I'm covering it in the next one because I have 20 something tabs. These are ones I truly did miss. The Discord had me on them, so let's go ahead and talk about it. The sales are very consistent on these, and I think it's a good time to pull them out of bulk because $5 a piece on this Structure Deck Ultra is pretty wild to me, despite its history and how good it is. That is very high for how populated these structures were. And then Erebus is doing similar. It is going for just under 5 lowest and quickly 5. And if you peek at the sales rates, all of these are moving in mass. People are snapping them up at these new prices. And then you have Pantheism as well, and it's going even higher. The draw cards often do, don't they? But the lowest is $6 before we're looking at $8 if you're even getting into a playset per piece just about after sales tax. $7.80 lowest listed after that $6 one. I feel like with these, you have so many things to dodge before the actual support gets here, because the question I often get then is, would you sell these right now? And I usually don't answer, and this is specifically why. Stampede is on the horizon. You have other OTS packs. You have Battles of Legend on top of it. You have to dodge multiple reprint sets on all of these cards, and these are iconic enough, I would think, to actually maybe make it into Stampede. So personally, if it were me, and I was organized enough to go through that, because I have a ton of these somewhere, I would be selling into this personally, but I could very well regret it later if the reprints weren't there. That's the risk versus reward. Are you willing to risk keeping them versus they could be reprinted? It could pay off, or it could go completely the other way, right? So with these, I think a lot of y'all will have them, especially the people who don't even play anymore, likely have a good amount of these somewhere in their bulk or buried, and I think it's a decent time to pull them out and then decide what you're going to do with them. Also with Maze, the man with the mark continuing to surprise. The collector rare is now going down in quantities and slowly up in price, but Anubis is going way up for its collector rare, and its ultra rare at one point was as low as $3, you can see here, and now has spiked towards $8. I feel like people just really want this deck to be something, and with an actual result, that flashbang of I could maybe do this too, and people grabbing it is something beautiful. It is actually nice to see people try something different, go out and grab it and go for it. I hope you get results, but I do think this will struggle extremely at the YCS level, but it'd be awesome to see it top actually big triple-digit regional. That would be something, and it's already crazy that it did top a regional, period. That is still a credential. Next up, we have Trickstar's going with the Maze support. I missed this one as well. I cannot claim to be a Trickstar player. The last time I even tested the deck was when people were going Droll Reincarnation back in the day. I don't know if you still do that, but Trickstar Crimson Heart Ultra Rares are going up. You do have an easy access super thanks to, I believe that's the special edition for Savage Strike. You have Trickstar Korribane, and its Prismatic Secret is so nice. And then you do have the OG Ultra Rare, one of the few Savage Strike cards to actually get the reprints. Then you have this Trickstar Live Stage going, and it only has its one printing out of Savage Strike. The Trickstar token is getting bought out. It is up towards $5+, and Trickstar Diva Ritis is up in price for its ultra rare. I probably murdered that somehow, but this link is going up, so I'm assuming the deck plays it. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything I actually did miss on top of it with this deck, which cards aren't seeing play, which cards are seeing play, that kind of thing. Starlight Seyfert is going up for Photons, and that's mainly the secret rare. I want you to remember, this secret was back when there's short prints in the core sets, right? Like, they've gotten rid of those short prints in the core sets. They're still in the side sets, but the core sets had shorts and overprints, and this is one of the ones that was harder to pull. So the secret hollowed out version is a bit more niche, and it is towards $16 at this point. I remember when it was being flirting with the metagame and being a rogue deck, how it was $32. So it's kind of interesting to see it at half that price again, and you do have at least an easy access coming out of the Albaz structure. Quantum White Layer is now going up, a rare, back when core sets had rares, of $1 plus at this point in the hype. I would think you could get double down buyouts, but then again, it could just get reprinted when the support gets here. You never know, right? But be aware, this is $1 plus rare at this point, and people are actually biting at those prices. We have Primite Lordly Load. I just wanted to focus real quick because it has settled and started finally curling back up the other direction on its graph. From a low of 52, it is now headed towards overall $58. Sorry, my mouse is struggling today for some reason. But when it comes down to it, you can see tons of sales that were down a bit lower, a bit higher. It's all over the place. I feel like with this card, people still want to play, even though we have the reprint before the WCQ, people want to play Blue Eyes and Regionals now. It's one of the most popular decks and entities in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it was bound to find that equilibrium point and even come back up a little, as many cards have, and people probably figure it's banless safe, especially with the reprint coming on top. You have Heart of the Blue Eyes, which has nothing to do with that deck, but more the Exodia decks. It's quarter century secret rare. We covered it initially spiking. It stuck the landing for the most part. Check this out. It is $65+ and quickly into the 70s, with actual sales all up in that range and even higher. And the Exodia, after the hype from Master Duel, kind of stuck its landing too, and is chilling out at $70 and has a bunch of 6/9 nice sales for it as well, and is still low listings. But here's the one where Winged Dragon of Ra went, Slifer went after, even though it has no new support, and there it goes skyrocketing, and there goes Obelisk as well, up towards $70. Oh, Ra's going up, go get the other two. That's just what people did, I feel like. Like, these are not relevant at all for any new support to be causing this. I think that's directly the correlation. Oh, let's finish the set. Oh, it went up, these will go up. I think that's why the money got spent on them. Dark Paladin is going up consistently. This is what I said I liked early. Every single nice version of it's gone up over time, and this did. It is towards 55 to 57 lowest listed, with a lot of sales starting to hit in those 50s range among the buyout where things were a bit cheaper. Necros of Bryonic has its second buyout on its QCR. Remember, there was the hype around it very initially, and it started to cool back down. Well, it's back towards $36 to $40 here again, and people are spending that kind of money on it. We have Fossil Dino, which I covered recently. It's continuing to just go up right now. It is above $30, and it's getting its sales on this card. It is wild out here with the quarter centuries. I know, quarter century watch, it continues. Pot of Avarice is going up in price for its quarter century secret rare. This would be for multiple past formats. You have Magician of Faith for GOAT format, probably specifically. It's going up above 20 now. It was, down towards 16, and it is now getting sales and traction. You have Deck Dev, which I actually really like this one. This one makes a ton of sense to me. It's found its way into multiple modern plays, and it finds its way into formats again. $30. It actually feels about where it should be. Instead of all these ridiculous $60 buyouts to spike to 30, that actually feels a bit reasonable for a card like this compared to a lot of the others. People wanted me to point out the Pharaoh rares, and I will remind you once again, the ultra rares are EU exclusive, the secret rares are TCG US exclusive, and the Pharaoh secrets from King's Court, those were misprints. Even though they only appeared in the US, we still got ultras for a majority, and they randomly appeared littered into our boxes. For the second printing, it is exclusively region locked, which you get. So that's why on the American market, the ultras populate far less. However, both versions of Lightning Storm got bought out here, and it started interesting looks at other Pharaoh rares as well. So just be aware, Pharaohs are getting targeted. They're getting actual sales this month. I pointed out Lightning Storm before, as other versions went up when Cam the Man Neil was on it, and I'm pretty sure that was him with it in the side deck, if not. But when it comes down to it, we covered this card before in the QCR spiking because of actual meta play, and then the Pharaoh rares were pointed out as mid-max, and we talked about it then. These have really spiked up since, and the secret has gone as well. And then finally, I think this is Book of Eclipse. It's just gone up like $5 over time. So while Book of Moon's been an option in a lot of people's decks, and we've seen that in profiles, be aware Book of Eclipse is also as an answer going up pretty steadily. Over a month, it has gone on a 20% increase on its QCR once again, while Book of Moon's been more the talk of the town. I remember Book of Lunar Eclipse and everyone speculating on it long term, and eventually I was like, it's just outclassed by the others. Don't do it. And I was one of the few. Hey, long term, sometimes market man is right. That cost is a bit heavy. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations, and let me know what you think about just how heavy the QCR buyouts are, how people are going with Odeon, Monarchs, Trickstars, all of it. Just let me know, especially the things I'm missing. The community often comes together in the comment section. They're answering each other, and I find it so awesome. They often beat me to being able to answer y'all on questions, and I loved seeing that sense of community, and not like the mocking people who don't know. I see communities like that, right? And you all seem to have each other's back so well, and it's awesome.